Now, a lot of folks have been writing into me and asking me to cover different types of sweetening agents as opposed to just using sugar. So today we're going to cover our first of those sweetening agents, which is agave. Today's sponsor is Adagio Teas, and you can check them out online at adagioteas.com. Now, Adagio basically travels the world and finds the best teas imaginable. They sell them online on their website, adagioteas.com, and they have a bunch of really delicious tea blends. One of the things I think is the most interesting and unique about the company is that they will let you make your own blend of teas. You could basically pick 3 different tea types, blend them together, and call them Joe Schmo's tea. You can even upload a photograph, which makes them a great gift for Mother's Day or something like that. Check them out online at adagioteas.com or go to adagioteas.com/China and follow their blog. They have a bunch of their employees currently in China sourcing new teas, which is a really exciting story to follow along with. adagioteas.com. Alrighty, so today we are talking about agave. Now, agave is a plant from Mexico and the southwestern United States. It is commonly confused with aloe and cactus, however, it is not related to either of those. So much of the plant is usable. People eat a lot of the plant, they even eat the flowers of the plant. Also, folks pluck off the little thorns and use them as a writing implement, which I think is kind of cool. Here in the United States, the most common form of agave is agave nectar or agave syrup. Now that is a syrupy mixture that's extracted from the leaves of the plant. Now the nectar comes from a few different types of agave. All in all, there are 208 different species of agave plant. The nectar is super sweet. In fact, it's sweeter than honey and of course sweeter than sugar. But the reason people are so hopped up on it is that it has a really low glycemic index. So what is glycemic index? The glycemic index is a system of measuring how fast sugars break down and enter your bloodstream from the time of consumption. When you look at something like table sugar, it has a glycemic index of 80. That means that it breaks down very rapidly and it hits your bloodstream really quickly, causing you to have this really big spike in your blood system. Now, agave has a totally lower glycemic index. It's actually one of the lowest, and it comes in at a mere 17 on the GI scale. That means that it does a lot less damage to your blood system. The sugar trickles in a lot more slowly, and as a result, people don't have the same spikes, highs and lows and crashes that you get from eating something like sugar. Now, agave is commonly used in cooking and baking and in sweets, and it's very much used by vegans who don't want to eat a byproduct of bees because they don't eat animals or animal products, and they don't want to have this massive amount of sugar in their system, which I think is understandable by anyone. Flavor-wise, agave is really neutral. It doesn't bring as much flavor to the table as honey does. I guess it's a lot more in line with sugar in that sense. It also breaks down really easily, and it's a lot less viscous than something like honey is or maple syrup. The result is that it's a really great substitute for these kind of sweeteners when you're making some sort of sweetened beverage that's cold, because sugar doesn't break down in cold very easily, which means it is the perfect complement for iced tea, which is sweetened on a summer day. Today's recipe is super simple. We are going to make some agave sweetened iced tea, but I have an amazing technique to share with you, which is going to leave you and anyone that you show this to completely wowed. It's a very why didn't I think of this before? First, brew a pot of your favorite tea. You can go to adagio.com and get some of their teas, perfect for the summertime. Then just add the amount of agave that you want, depending on how sweet you want your tea to be. I'm here in the South, so I figured I want kind of sweet tea. Next, and here comes the magical technique, fill an ice cube tray with your tea and pop it in the freezer. When it's time to serve, fill up a glass with your iced tea cubes, then put some more iced tea on top of it, and garnish with some fresh lemon and mint if you like. The beauty here is that as the ice cubes melt, all you got is more iced tea. It's the most phenomenal idea in the world. Folks are going to love it. You might even be able to rule a country with this technique. So that's a simple way to use agave. Now you can use this on pancakes, you can use it on top of oatmeal in the morning, you can bake with it. There's so much that you can do with it. I really suggest you buy it because you don't have to be a vegan or a diabetic or anything like this. Anyone that lowers the amount of sugar that they take into their body is going to feel better and live a healthier life. I don't mean to preach, but it's good stuff. Tune in tomorrow for another What's This Food. Be sure to check out our sponsor, adagioteas.com, and I will see you on the flip side.